her American name is Cynthia Ann. She was
Just do it.
She was kidnapped by Comanches and raised Comanche, became a princess and everything like that. Tutia is her daughter, which means princess of the fairy. The white people call her Topsana because they can't say her name.
Yeah.
So it says, Anna still reading to Tutia reported, Topsana learns fast. Maybe we should try it on Cynthia Ann too, suggesting Betsy. Well, maybe that would be a good way to get through to her. But Nadia understood their trick and would not be participating. She understood that the book was part of their pua, their power medicine. A shiver of revulsion, ran and fear ran through her as they were trying to steal her soul, ran across her body. This is how they did it. They, a tiny step at a time. They got you to do their work. They got you to know their words and their thoughts. Then they got you to know their heart, and they had your heart. You were no longer yourself. Your mind would be made of their ideas, their books, their words, and you will no longer be free to think your own thoughts. Your heart would think like their hearts and would do what their hearts want. And that's exactly, he summed it up. And this is pretty much what they're doing to all these ethnic cultures. And to see, to keep reading this book and see how she is seriously, she went from from Cynthia Ann as a white woman, being kidnapped by Comanches and becoming Nadia. And then going back to Cynthia Ann because white people found her and killed all the white men went and raided a whole camp of women. Mm-hmm. They were women, no warriors, because they were off to war fighting the other white men. Right. So they went and they're scalping these women. They're breaking their bones. They're cutting out their vaginas. Everything. Oh my gosh. She gets away. She just happens to be the one that gets away. Yeah. And they see her blue eyes and was like, hold up, this is a white woman. I bet you this is a white woman. They match her up. This is Cynthia Ann that was kidnapped years and years and years ago. Mm-hmm. She's like, give me back to my husband and my sons and back to the prairie life because y'all are the devil. Y'all give us blankets that have smallpox in them and they're killing our people. Oh my God. So y'all can go ahead and go on with that. I want to go back to my husband and kids. But we're your family and these savages, and they're talking about these savages and how they did this and they scalp and they're no more than human and all this, but they're doing the same thing to the Indians. So the white people call it Indian savages, the savages are calling it, it's just everything's going on and she's just sitting there in the middle like, when do I get back to my husband? Yeah. They're trying to make her eat American food. She's like, whatever. I got this, I'm good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She's helping them ring their saddles and, fixing all their stuff. And she's, because that's what she's used to. One of the white ladies get upset. That's supposed to be her sister. Right. She gets upset and she's like, don't talk that savage language around here and don't let your daughter talk in and da-da-da-da.
What's the name of this book again?
It's called Killing Cynthia Ann.
You hear that, people? Killing Cynthia Ann.
So her sister-in-law Amelia is like, you're a savage, da da da. She's being very, very racist toward her, and she's like, she come to her before. She's like, you, me, friends, amigos, like, because she speaks Comanche, she speaks English, because her daughter is teaching her how to speak, because she lost all idea of it, and then she speaks Spanish because the Tejanos were really, really big. It wasn't just the white men it was the Tejanos as well that were killing Indians. So. And just to see them strip away everything from her daughter ends up dying because she gets the flu. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't know where her husband is. She doesn't know where her two sons are. Her daughter just died. She's around all these white people that don't understand her. Understand that she wants to be free. Wants to go back to the Comanchera, which what they call it, where the Comanches are, where they valley and everything. Right. And she forgets how to talk. She forgets how to think. She forgets, she's looking at her arms and she's like, I don't know what these things are at the end, but there's a piece of candy in there, and they're feeding me. She forgets everything and just dies because they take her culture, they take her name. Yeah. They would not address her as anything but Cynthia Ann. And when she called her daughter Tatsuan, whatever, they named her Top Santa. Then they start calling her Tex Anna, like Texas Anna.
And she's from Texas. This is a true story.
Yeah, it's a true story. Happened right outside of Fort Worth.
Wow.
It's even in, because I wanted to know. So I looked in the Dallas Tribune Herald from back to the 18th.